fodder for just.
All right. Okay.
No, it's fine, man. Got it on a paint can. Look at that. What do you think of them apples?
That's super.
All right, I'm gonna close this so people don't laugh at us, even though because you got fake walls in here.
Yeah. All right.
Looks a little high there. I don't like that. Whoa, what are you doing?
It's just maybe it's not made for a paint can. Okay.
Welcome to I Bet You Can't Do That on a Chromebook, episode 2. And for today's Bet You Can't Do That on a Chromebook, Jeffrey and I have both heard from many people that you can't do anything with Google Earth on a Chromebook. And so Jeffrey did a humdinger of a video about Google Earth. So
we'll see about that.
Go for it.
Hi, I'm looking right now at a screen that has Google Earth in the web browser. I've got Google Maps also in the web browser. So these work in Chromebooks just like they do here. This is an iMac. But I'm using the iMac because the third window I've got is Google Earth, the desktop version. So I'm running all three here. So I'm going to go to the Google Earth one first. This is the newest version of Google Earth, and now it's in the browser, so you're sort of independent there. Similar tools. It's a lot simpler in this interface than it is on the desktop version. It has a couple of extra things. I'm just going to look through a quick search here, and we're going to go to the Falkensteiner Hotel, Maria, Prague, and pop down here for a second. So this is the two-dimension view, and this is a really cool thing down here in the browser-based Google Earth is the 3D, 2D button. That makes it really fast and easy to drop. So now in 3D, the hotel's over here. I'm going to pick up my Street View person and drop on this intersection. Okay, and zip around here, and here's the hotel. And let's just see one thing that's really cool here in the browser-based is you can zoom much better than you can on the desktop. So I'm trying to read the menu here. This guy's in my way. Getting towards lunchtime, I'm not really able to figure any of that out. The other cool thing here is I'll just show you this and I'll get to it in a second. It's the dice. The dice is just, it takes you to a random spot in the world, and that's really nice for younger students just to explore the world a little bit. Okay, here I am in the Google Maps web-based app, and we'll go to the same spot. Here it is. I will turn this into the satellite view. And also, these are similar tools here. It's got that 3D button that I think is pretty cool. And now I need to drop the Street View person. I think this is where the hotel is, right there. Yep. So these are using the same photo database. And again, the zooming is pretty cool on the photos in these two versions. This is the desktop version over here. You're probably most familiar with. And here you turn on 3D buildings there. I need my Street View person, same spot. And there. So when I try to zoom in a little bit, the program wants me to run down the street. That's about all I can get there. Also, it's a little bit older, and some of this imagery Yeah, this is July 2017. Okay, so one of the other things I'll just quickly do is something that we love to do in Google in the desktop version, and that is distances. I hope I'm not making you dizzy here going through 3 views of the same thing. Distances. So this is a tool I used a lot in the elementary school. So here's the ruler up here, and I just make my line from somewhere to somewhere, and I get the measurement here. That's pretty cool. Can you do this in the other versions? It turns out that you can. And this is the ruler here. I just click it, and it works just slightly differently, but it's the same general thing. In Google on the desktop, this is the one thing people might find a little bit tougher to do on the browser-based things is the tours. But you can do tours in Google Maps, and they're a little bit different, but the same general idea of fixing points, adding information under your places, and so on. You can do, if you're familiar with this with Google Maps, it can approximate a desktop Google Earth Pro. So looking at these 3 versions, I might actually start using the web-based ones rather than Google Earth just in general. So there it is.
So you actually found in a lot of instances, and it looked like it, you could see it, the browser-based version was a little more user-friendly, a little easier to navigate. It almost looked faster in a couple of things you were trying to do.
I was surprised at how fast it was. There wasn't, you wouldn't notice a delay between that and the desktop.
No.
I did like the interface of the Google Earth in the browser better. It's simpler, it's cleaner, which is, especially if you're working with elementary kids, is a real plus. And again, the biggest tool is the ruler. And I like they're working more with to make this an educational tool. So they have this new part of Google Earth in the browser that's called Voyager, and you can look at what they've already prepared as sort of their own photographic journals. I just looked at one when you walked in about the pilgrimage to Mecca, and so there are about 10-15 photos that sort of explain what it is and what people do. The photos are absolutely incredible. So if that's available in the topic you're looking at, it's a really useful way to get strong visuals, super quick, easy. And it's also doing the zooming in and zooming out, kind of the tour sense of always giving a sense of the geography of what they're talking about, what's happening. So yeah,
that's fantastic.
I would go with that.
And it's a good segue into what I did, since I knew what you were doing. Where's our folder? Where do you keep our folder?
You need a shared with me probably. It's a shared folder.
Here I am going through your world.
Yeah.
File about Mike. What's that?
that's about that was the last mic. That's
I don't like that.
I thought that was I had blocked that out.
Bet you can't. Aha.
I think that's me.
No, that's it. There we go.
Okay.
All right, so here's what I did. Hi, I'm here to talk to you about Google Maps. I know Jeffrey is covering Google Earth. I thought Google Maps was a logical connection. I wanted to basically express that there's so much more to Google Maps than what you think. And everyone's kind of used to the traditional Google Maps where you go to the map and you type in your directions. But as you start to look closer, there are a lot of options and connections to education. So in terms of geography, this is essential. Economy, history, there's a lot here. But you can switch between satellite and regular view. But if you start to look closer, so if you look at the symbols that are on the maps, these are images that people have added. If you look at the Vermont State House, for example, if we zoom in on that, you'll see an intricate series of lines on that map. If we click on those, we go inside the State House. Imagine taking your students on tours of area sites or different locations. It's pretty incredible what you can do. And you can interact here. But beyond Google Maps, there are tools attached to Google Maps that I think are really, really important. So if you go to this page, googlemaps.com, google.com/maps.about, you can see some of the different things that Google Maps is up to. You can explore maps. There's a social side to it where you can become a local guide and contribute to maps. Imagine a classroom taking that on for their area. There's this thing called Google Map Treks, which I'll show you in a minute. Street View allows you to go down to the street view of a map and be able to look like you're standing in the map in the area. You can travel literally all over the world seeing everything. Indoor maps, you can create indoor maps of facilities and things like that. Again, another tool that you can use in your classroom. And then you can create and share custom maps. So interactive experiences for students, things like that. You can do that here. But let's take a look at two of these tools. We're going to look at Google Maps Treks first. So what they're trying to do with this is to be able to show you different areas of the planet using Google Maps. And if you go to any one of these places, you'll see it on maps, you'll see images, you'll see videos, you'll see all sorts of interactive components that you can do in all of these different places. It's pretty incredible. So that's Google Treks. The other thing that I want to show you is Google Maps Tour Builder, which is really, really incredible. And this is where I see a lot of project-based learning happening in the classroom. So let's take a look at this. This is Defeating Global Poverty. This is a tour that somebody else has made. So I'm going to show you the basic structure of this. You can see on the map, you will see different places, different sites that are part of this presentation. In the center area here, there's usually an image and text. So imagine putting together a slideshow that is basically so interactive that you get all of these components. So this is the introduction page. When I click next, it takes me to the next part, changes where I am on the map, shows me that area. There's a video and several images, and then there's text for me to read. This is about Dhaka, Bangladesh, famously called the basket case at the time of independence in 1971. Talks about different things. You can watch the video. You can look at the images. If I go to next, I move to the next slide and the next spot on the map. I get to explore that area, learn all about it. This is a primary school in Bangladesh. All these images are embedded. All this information, these are all links to active things. Just think about this as a presentation tool or a lesson or a history lesson. It's so incredible what you can do with this. I may do another video about how to create a tour, but for now, this is just to hopefully get you hooked on checking it out, digging a little deeper. I know an organization that I follow quite a bit has been using this to share their story. That is Team Rubicon. They are a group of volunteers. Many of them are veterans, and they travel to areas where there are devastating natural disasters, things like that, and they volunteer. So they use this to tell the story of their work, and it's very powerful. I just think that there are endless possibilities in the classroom for this. Super great stuff. I may do a video again on how to do a tour, but for now, just start exploring. Pun intended. Thank you. Thank you. So
Nice.
all of this stuff works on Chromebooks.
Yeah.
Everything that we both just shared, and they're like George Jetson technology. Like it's we need to start using this. We need to start exploring it. Jeffrey and I were talking during the video that it would be cool to put together a tour builder for our district, showing different schools and areas and towns, and kind of for prospective parents and families that might be looking at our school district. And it would be a good way to model the tool. So I think we're putting that on the to-do list.
Yep. Great.
So I think officially we have squashed the myth that you can't do this stuff on a Chromebook.
And even kind of leaning over towards moving away from the desktop use of Google Earth that we do use.
Yeah, because it might be a little better on the Chromebook.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
Really, yeah. That guy standing in front of the menu at the cafe in front of the hotel.
Steve.
I mean, yeah.
Let's name him.
Yeah, come on, dude.
I think next time we'll move the camera around a little bit. Maybe are those pizza boxes?
They actually are pizza boxes, and you'll notice the paint can here is the paint that's painted all those pizza boxes for a green screen project.
Maybe we'll do the next video
I
in
had
my
to
office. Okay.
47